Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing Feixiao as we just had the 2.5 live stream. I'll be going over her kit, potential team members, how to build Feixiao, and also my thoughts on her potential value. Before we get into today's video though, let me know which character you are most excited for in the upcoming update. For me personally, it's really hard to pick because they all look so cool, but I have to say I absolutely love Lingsha's bunnies. Lastly, if you guys enjoy videos like these, make sure to subscribe to win your next 50/50 and also hit the like button to support the video. Now, let's get straight into it. To begin, let's go over Feixiao's kit from what we do know so far. Feixiao will be a wind hunt character who actually has a pretty similar playstyle to one of the strongest characters in Star Rail, which is Acheron. Feixiao's ultimate will consist of sacks similar to Acheron, referred to as Flying Aureus, and the team will assist with getting Feixiao the necessary stacks in order to unleash her ultimate, but I'll go over her ultimate more in depth shortly. When it comes to her basic attack, she will hit a singular enemy, but you won't really be using Feixiao's basic attack much, as her skill will be far more beneficial to unleash onto an enemy. Feixiao's skill will unleash an attack onto a single enemy, and right after using her skill, Feixiao will also unleash her Talon's follow-up attack onto an enemy. As for Feixiao's ultimate, this is the cherry on top as it's a huge portion of her damage output. Feixiao's ultimate will require a minimum of 6 stacks to unleash this ultimate onto an enemy, while you can hold upwards to 12 stacks. She has 2 attacks she can unleash onto enemies during her ultimate, which consists of Bolt Thunder Blitz and War Axe Skyward. Bolt Thunder is her Gunblade mode, and this will be ideally used when an enemy is weakness broken, while you will use War Axe, which is her Battle Axe, when an enemy is not weakness broken for increased damage output. As to how to gain stacks for Feixiao's ultimate, Feixiao's talent will allow her to gain 1 stack of Flying Aureus for every 2 ally attacks, and this also will include herself. For example, after Feixiao uses her skill and then she has her follow-up attack directly afterwards, she will be able to gain 1 stack of Flying Aureus. Additionally, she will unleash a follow-up attack once per turn after an ally attacks an enemy. And after using her Talon's follow-up, this will allow Feixiao to increase the damage dealt to enemies, which is a nice buff Feixiao can give herself. Feixiao will benefit the most from allies who are frequent attackers because of her gaining 1 stack for her ultimate every 2 ally attacks. As for Feixiao's technique, she will create a mini tornado by sucking in enemies, and she will deal damage to every enemy for every wave you enter. And she will also deal more damage the more enemies you catch in her tornado. Overall, Feixiao has a pretty promising kit that can have very powerful damage potential, especially with her ultimate. And now that we've gone over Feixiao's kit, let's go over synergies and key things to keep in mind when team building with Feixiao. When it comes to Feixiao's team synergies, she will benefit the most from allies who are frequent attackers as mentioned. This will consist of allies who are fast or follow-up attackers, as they will be able to contribute to getting Feixiao stacks for her ultimate as fast as possible. Some synergies you can consider as a secondary damage dealer to use alongside Feixiao can be Topaz Numby, Moze, March 7th, and so on. Topaz will be able to help Feixiao get stacks for her ultimate because of Topaz's follow-up attacking frequency. Especially since Feixiao has her own follow-up attacks, this can assist with Numby being advanced forward, which now results in a follow-up party, plus Feixiao gets stacks for her ultimate at a good rate. Topaz will also inflict Proof of Debt onto an enemy, which can further assist with Feixiao's damage output as well. As for Moze, Moze will be able to inflict an enemy with the Prey state using his skill. This will now allow him to enter the Departed state, and as a result, he will be able to unleash follow-up attacks onto that enemy. He will unleash a follow-up attack after every 3 charges consumed, which he will consume 1 charge after an ally attacks an enemy inflicted with the Prey state. Moze will be able to assist with getting Feixiao her stacks similar to Topaz due to the follow-up attacks and overall attacking frequency. He can be a great secondary DPS option if you don't have Topaz on your account, plus he'll be on Feixiao's banner as well. Lastly, for a free-to-play option, it would be Hunt March 7th. He can make Feixiao her Shifu, which with unlocking March's E2, this will allow March to unleash a follow-up attack after Feixiao does a basic attacker skill once per turn. March can also provide Feixiao nice buffs as well, such as the speed buff by making Feixiao March's Shifu. This can assist with Feixiao needing less speed for speed breakpoints, and also increasing Feixiao's crit damage after March unleashes her enhanced basic attack. March's advance forward from having enough stacks for her enhanced basic attack is also beneficial, as this can contribute to more attacking frequency, which assists with getting Feixiao her stacks for her ultimate. You can use other secondary DPS options as well, but from what we do know so far about Feixiao, I would recommend these 3 options the most. As for supportive options, I would recommend Robin the most due to her being able to provide massive buffs for the team, and the 100% advance forward will allow your team to deal more attacks onto enemies within a cycle, which can assist with getting Feixiao more stacks, as well as Robin being able to give very powerful buffs to Feixiao in the secondary DPS of your choice. You can consider the follow-up team with Feixiao if you have Topaz, Robin, and Aventurine, but of course you can swap out Topaz if you don't have her for Moze or March, and if you don't have Robin, Bronya could be a nice option to allow Feixiao to attack more often by advancing Feixiao forward by 100%. This will help with getting Feixiao the stacks for her ultimate since she'll have more attacking frequency now. You can also use Pela for the defense reduction she inflicts onto an enemy, which assists with the team's damage output. Xiaoshu for increasing the damage enemies will receive, as well as increasing the ultimate damage enemies will receive. Due to Feixiao having a very powerful ultimate, she can nicely take advantage of Xiaoshu's debuffs onto enemies. Ra Mei can provide nice buffs for the team, especially since her buffs are team-wide. Sparkle can provide additional skill points for the team, which allows for more flexibility, as well as massive crit damage buffs for Feixiao. Asta can speed up the team, which can allow for more attacking frequency due to the higher speeds the team will have, and so on. As for sustain options, I would recommend Aventurine the most due to his follow-up attacking frequency, as well as being skill point positive, which allows your 2 DPS options on the team to use their skills often. But if you don't have him, then you can consider options such as Gallagher due to him being able to attack multiple times in a row by using his basic attack, ultimate, and then enhanced basic attack onto enemies. Plus, he can equip multiplication, and this can allow him to attack more frequently as well. You can consider Fu Xuan for survivability purposes, as well as additional crit rate she will provide the team, since Feixiao will appreciate a high crit rate value to ensure her attacks are critical hits. And your secondary DPS can take advantage of this too. You can consider Huohuo primarily to give a character like Robin more energy on the team, but do keep in mind that Huohuo's ultimate will not really benefit Feixiao when it comes to the energy regeneration, since Feixiao relies on stacks to unleash her ultimate rather than energy. A future option can also be Lingsha because of her being able to unleash follow-up attacks onto enemies, which can assist with getting Feixiao her stacks. When it comes to playing Feixiao, ideally you want to use her ultimate once you are buffed up from the possible amplifiers on your team to further Feixiao's damage output, or when enemies have all the necessary debuffs inflicted onto them so that Feixiao can deal as much damage as possible to an enemy and literally destroy them with her ultimate. I thought I'd also mention this possibility. As for Super Break Feixiao, this will definitely require some testing before I can make a firm suggestion on this, but I will try it out once I am able to showcase Feixiao to give you all a very firm opinion on that possibility. Now that we've gone over ideal team members for Feixiao, let's go over how to build her. When it comes to building Feixiao for her relic options, I would recommend 4-piece when soaring the most, as Feixiao will be able to take advantage of the attack bonus, crit rate, and of course increasing the damage dealt by her ultimate. As for alternative choices, you can consider 4-piece Ash Blazing Grand Duke next, then 2-piece Grand Duke with 2-piece Musketeer, or just a general attack bonus set, or 2-piece Grand Duke and 2-piece Eagle. You can consider the 4-piece Eagle set, as this will advance forward Feixiao by 25%, after she uses her ultimate, which could be beneficial for more attacking frequency from Feixiao. I could see this set potentially being pretty good depending on the timing of when you use her ultimates if you're aiming for low cycle clears and Memory of Chaos. As for planar sets, I would recommend Duran Dynasty for increasing the damage dealt by her follow-up attacks, as well as increasing her crit damage. You could also consider Azumu, especially when you use her with another Haunt DPS as recommended during the team building section, and this will allow her to take advantage of the additional crit rate bonus. And Inert Salcedo can be good for the additional crit rate, as well as increasing her damage dealt for her ultimate or her follow-up attacks. Other alternatives can be Glamoth and Space Station, but I would recommend the other planar sets that I mentioned already instead. When it comes to Feixiao's main stats, she is a crit-based DPS who appreciates high attacking frequency, so you will want crit rate or crit damage body piece depending on what you are lacking more in stats, speed boots or attack boots, but preferably speed in my opinion so she can attack more often, wind or attack orb, and lastly attack rope. As for substats, you want to go for crit rate and crit damage, speed, and then attack. I would recommend getting a high crit rate ratio as this will be very beneficial for her damage output, especially due to her ultimate being multiple hits. You ideally don't want to miss any crits. I would personally recommend 80 or more crit rate because of this, and then aiming for as much crit damage as you can get. As for Feixiao's light cones, we haven't seen the full details on her signature light cone just yet, but of course, it more than likely will be her best choice, as most signature light cones are. As for what we do know about her so far though, you can use light cones such as Worrisome Blissful, Baptism of Pure Thought, In the Night, Swordplay, and Cruising in the Stellar Sea. You can also consider Sleep Like the Dead, however do be aware of the crit rate cooldown, especially when you time your ultimate to ensure you fully take advantage of the crit rate bonus. Overall, Feixiao will have numerous options you can use, and I'll be able to give more firm suggestions and my thoughts on her value once I showcase her on the channel, which should be pretty soon. When it comes to Feixiao's kit so far, if you are lacking DPS characters on your account, I can see Feixiao being a great addition, especially if you enjoy follow-up attackers and follow-up playstyle, as she will highly benefit from fellow follow-up attackers on the team. And also enjoy literally nuking enemies with your ultimate. I can see Feixiao being a very powerful damage dealer, especially with the right team setups. And once I showcase her, I'll be able to of course give my full impressions on her value, but I'd say so far she looks pretty promising as a powerful wind crit-based damage dealer, especially considering modes like Memory of Chaos and Apocalyptic Shadow. I'd love to know what you guys think about Feixiao's kit so far, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do make sure to subscribe for more Star Rail content, leave a like to support the video, and I'll be releasing more Feixiao videos pretty soon. I hope you all have a great one. Peace.